Welcome back, everybody, to Nightmare Nostalgia. You guys can see the title. This is why Scream 2 is the best horror sequel of all time. So, scene one, let's get into it. In the dimly lit corridors of horror cinema, where sequels often stumble into the shadows of their predecessors, one film stands defiantly, wielding its blade of wit, suspense, and innovation. Welcome to the thrilling world of Scream 2, where the screams are louder, the stakes are higher, and the killers are more cunning than ever. So join me as we unravel the enigma of why Scream 2 isn't just a sequel, it is a masterclass in horror continuation. This is why Scream 2 is the best horror sequel of all time. The best theme in Scream 2 is how they explore the art imitating life discussions. Are movies and media really responsible for what we do? Obviously, the answer is no. There are studies and evidence that proves this as well, but the character of Mickey, a film geek who is revealed to be one of the Ghostface killers, would beg to differ. His master plan is to get famous by blaming the Stab movies for his rampage on the grounds of Windsor College, which is genius. Mickey obviously knew that using the defense would not get him set free. He knew he was going to prison for the rest of his life, but he didn't care. Mickey's primary motives is to create a media sensation by attributing his acts of violence to the movies. He believes that by doing so, he can gain notoriety and infamy. During the 1990s, there was a widespread moral panic about the supposed corruption of America's youth through violent films and TV content. Essentially, Mickey aims to become infamous like notorious serial killers such as Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer. His twisted desire for recognition drives his killing spree. Scream 2 also deals with the idea of victim mentality, just like all the Scream movies do. This time, it's with Mrs. Loomis, whose sole motivation for the Winter Calling massacre is she believes the world has taken something from her and seeks retribution by brutally attacking innocent people. Her twisted logic leads her to commit these awful acts. She sees Billy as an innocent victim, attributing his actions to external factors rather than personal responsibility. By also framing Mickey for the murders, Nancy aims to emerge as the sole innocent survivor. Mrs. Loomis also shows her twisted sense of justice, as her actions in Scream 2 reveal the lengths a mother will go to seek revenge for her son's death. The best thing about Scream 2 and why it's the best horror sequel is the development of the relationship between Deputy Dewey Riley and Gale Weathers. They start off by letting the audience know they tried it out, but sadly it didn't work. And Dewey was clearly upset about the words that Gale wrote about him in her book. But as the film goes on, it's really sweet to see how much Dewey and Gale really care about each other. From the makeout scene in the classroom to the heartbreak on Gale's face watching Dewey get stabbed once again, their relationship shows how much it blossomed is one of the best things in the franchise. So these are the reasons I believe Scream 2 is the absolute best horror sequel of all time. Through its plot twist and rich character developments, the film transcends the typical tropes of horror sequels, elevating itself to a realm of cinematic excellence. It not only delivers on the promises of its predecessor, but also surpasses them, leaving an indelible mark on the landscape of horror cinema. In the pantheon of horror sequels, Scream 2 reigns supreme, reminding us that within the darkness there exists brilliance, and within fear there lies artistry. Alright, guys, this has been another episode of Nightmare Nostalgia. I hope you guys really do enjoy. If you do, please hit that like button, subscribe to Welcome to Primetime, and hit that notification bell for all things horror. And remember, stay scared.